If you're not using AI agents yet, you're probably wasting hours every week. In this video, I'll tell you how to use them to get more done, grow faster, and finally stop drowning in admin work without burning out. Now, before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Here is tip number 1. Use AI agents to automate customer support. Let me tell you something that most people won't say. Answering every customer message yourself isn't being hands-on. It's just bad time management. I had a coaching client who spent 4 hours a day in DMs thinking that it was building trust. Now, once we added a simple AI chatbot with some personality, her response times dropped to just seconds and she still got rave reviews. Now, you don't have to be everywhere to be trusted, but being consistent is what actually builds loyalty. Most business owners think AI support has to sound robotic, but that's totally wrong. Now, you can actually train your AI with your actual voice, your style, and even your tone, and it should feel like you and not some corporate F&Q machine. Now, one of my clients literally uploaded voice memos and sample replies, and now her AI sounds like her twin. Your personality is your brand, so make sure your AI reflects that. Now, the big myth is that automation kills connection, but it's actually the opposite when done right. When people get answers fast and clearly, they feel more respected. You know what kills connection? Making someone wait 48 hours for an answer about a refund. Now, you can set up your AI to handle simple questions instantly and escalate the emotional ones. That's human-centered service. Now, here's a move that no one really talks about. You can use AI to listen before you actually sell. I would recommend tracking what your AI agents get asked most often. That info is gold, and it tells you exactly what your audience is confused about and what they're scared of, and why they actually care about what they actually care about. That's better market research than any 10k mastermind that will give you. Now, don't be afraid to let your AI say, "I don't know." That honestly builds more trust than fake answers. Now, I've actually tested this. When the AI says, "Hey, I'm not sure about that, but let me forward this to our human team," response rates actually increased. It shows you care enough not to BS your customers. Now, I would suggest connecting your AI to your payment platform, CRM, and your help desk. That way it doesn't just answer questions, it pulls up real life info like past orders, issues, and delivery tracking. Now, one client of mine had her AI pull up receipts and confirm refund policies on the spot. No back and forth was needed, and her refund time went from 3 days to just 10 minutes. Now, here's the real kicker. One solopreneur that I worked with went from 30 customer messages per day to just 2 after setting this up. And she didn't lose any touch. She actually gained more time and more respect. Now, the transformation, more time for content, more focus on product development, and less stress. So just imagine having your evenings back while your customers still feel fully taken care of. Now, I've put together some free training resources that will teach you how to create an online income stream with AI. Go to the link in the description to learn more. Now, back to the video. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is to use AI agents to handle your content planning. Do you ever stare at the screen thinking, "I should post something," and then spend 2 hours actually scrolling instead? That's because you're treating content like a creative mystery instead of a repeatable system. Now, what works better is having an AI agent map out weekly content ideas based on what your audience is actually searching for and asking for. It's not about being creative. It's about being more strategic. Now, let me give you a hot take. Consistency beats creativity every time. Now, one client of mine went from posting once a month to 5 times a week using AI to generate post ideas based on her email replies and her DMs. Her audience grew by 300% in just 60 days. Now, she wasn't coming up with the content from scratch, her audience was giving her the material. Now, here's something controversial. I don't think batching content is the best move anymore. It can be, but not all the time. Now, I suggest using AI to create content on the fly based on some live trends. Now, with the right tools, your agent can check trending questions or posts in your niche and spin up a tweet or an X, a caption, or a carousel that's timely right now. Now, by doing this, you're not behind the curve, you're actually surfing it. Let me give you an example. One creator that I worked with used AI to turn each podcast episode into 9 different pieces of content. That meant more reach with less burnout, and she tripled her engagement just by showing up in more places. So if you're thinking, I don't have time to create more, maybe you just need better repurposing. So make sure you're using the AI to find your voice and not actually replace it. A big mistake I see a lot of people make is people let AI write entire posts and then wonder why it sounds generic. The real value is using it to spark the ideas and then adding your lived experience and your unique insights and your edge. You see, the audience connects to you and not the tool. And if you're stuck, I suggest training your AI with real life DMs, comments, or even testimonials. These are the exact phrases your audience is already using, which makes your content resonate 10 times more. See, one client fed 200 support emails into ChatGPT, and the result was a month's worth of posts that felt freakishly on point to her community. Now here's the transformation. A solopreneur went from overwhelmed and invisible to booked out just by posting consistently for 6 weeks using an AI assisted content calendar. She didn't change her product, her pricing, or the niche, just her visibility. So you don't need to go viral, you just need to show up with more value on the regular without burning out. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is to use AI agents to do research and market analysis. You know what most people actually get wrong? They assume researching their market has to be slow and boring. You can literally have an AI agent pull together competitor pricing, product positioning, and customer reviews in just 15 minutes. I helped one student do this, and she found a $147 gap in her niche and filled it in just a week. That's called working smart. Now here's the myth that I want to bust. You need a big budget for market research. This is simply not true. Now I recommend setting up a free AI workflow using tools like Browse AI to scrape your competitors' product launches, their sales pages, and their blog updates. Now one coaching client tracked 3 competitors and spotted a trend they missed and beat them to it. Now let me tell you why AI is better than surveys. People actually lie on forms, but their behaviour doesn't. AI can track what they actually click, buy, ask about, and even complain about. So if you feed your AI past chat logs, refund reasons, and comment threads, it will find some patterns that even you probably didn't notice. That's next level clarity. Now if you're creating offers without the data, then you're just really guessing. Now one client of mine kept launching freebies that flopped until she used AI to scan her YouTube comments. It revealed that her audience didn't want more info, they just wanted tools. So she created a toolkit, priced it at $37 and made $1,200 in just 3 days. That's the power of listening. Now here's a spicy truth. Your competitors are lazy with their SEO. So you can use AI to find keyword gaps and underserved blog topics that they are not actually covering. I had a business owner client ranked number 1 on Google for a niche term just by posting one well-targeted blog post based on AI-led research. One post, huge ROI. So don't just consume the data, use it to actually pivot fast. Now, if your AI tells you that your audience is asking about a topic more and more, then don't wait 3 months. I suggest adjusting your content or your offer that same week. Agility beats perfection in the online business every time. Now let me give you a quick win story. A fitness coach that I worked with was plateauing until AI research showed her most viewed posts were about stress and not actually exercises. So she added mindset coaching to her offer and her retention doubled. Your audience is telling you what they want. You just have to let the AI hear it. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is to use AI agents to manage repetitive admin tasks. you ever spend more time running your business than actually growing it, then that's a red flag. I recommend offloading every repeatable admin task such as scheduling, invoices, onboarding emails to an AI agent. Now, one of my clients saved 12 hours a week just by automating 3 things. That's an entire extra workday. Now here's something that goes against the grain. Doing it all yourself doesn't make you smart, it just keeps you small. I had a solopreneur client who resisted automation because she thought manual means quality. Now once she let AI handle the basic admin, her delivery speed actually went up and her client satisfaction increased. Faster doesn't mean lower quality, it means better experience. Now you can connect your AI tools like Zapier or Make to talk to each other. This is where things get crazy efficient. So just imagine that someone books a call and then they get a confirmation email and then they get added to your CM and then that gets a prep and then they get a prep form. All of this is automated. Now I helped someone to do this and they now onboard clients in just 90 seconds flat with no human involved. So you want to make your AI agent your SOP manager. Now if you store your standard operating procedures in Notion or ClickUp, your AI can guide a VA or a freelancer through tasks without you even lifting a finger. This turns your chaos into a simple system that lets you scale like a real business. Let me give you an example. A copywriter I know used AI to write client briefs, send contracts and even collect testimonials post-project. Her onboarding and offboarding became very seamless, and that's what brought in the referrals. It wasn't just her writing, it was the experience people had with their actual process. Now, I would suggest setting a 1-hour audit of your week and asking this question: what am I repeating that could be automated? Now, if you're writing the same email or doing the same task more than twice a week, that's a candidate for automation. The transformation is more focus, less decision fatigue, and finally some more breathing room. The transformation moment. One business owner that I worked with automated their client intake and billing, saving them from burnout. The result, they finally had the weekends off after 8 months of grinding. So you don't need more hustle, you just need some smarter AI systems that run even when you're not online. Let me now give you tip number 5, which is to use AI agents to pre-qualify and nurture leads without lifting a finger. Let me be straight with you, most people waste way too much time talking to leads who are never really going to buy. I've seen business owners spend hours giving free value in the DMs only to realise the person wasn't ready. You can set up an AI agent to ask the right qualifying questions before you even get involved. Now, one coach I worked with set this up and cut her lead conversation time in half without hurting any conversions. Now, I recommend creating a simple discovery chat flow where your AI asks a few casual questions. Stuff like, what are you working on right now? Or what's your biggest challenge? These feel personal but also gather some key info. Then the AI sorts people into different categories: ready to buy, needs nurturing, or not a good fit. That means you only talk to the people who are actually ready for you. Now here's what most people don't get. Nurturing isn't about sending more emails, it's about having better conversations. Now, one of my clients had an AI follow up with cold leads by asking thoughtful, customized questions based on past replies. It sounded just like her, and because it felt real, her re-engagement rate shot up to 70%. You don't need more leads, you just need to rewarm the ones that you may already have. Now let me give you a controversial truth. Most discovery calls are unnecessary if your AI does the filtering up front. You don't need to jump on 10 calls a week to find your ideal client. I helped a freelancer install a chat agent that pre-qualified prospects right on her website. Now she only takes 1 call a week, and that's from somebody who is ready to book. So more yeses and less burnout. Now, to help you do this, you can connect your AI to a form, a quiz, or even Typeform, and feed that data into a lead tracking system. The AI can check their responses, send the right nurture sequence, or alert you if someone's hot. I had one client automate this whole process, and she went from ghosting her leads to closing 4 new clients in just 10 days, with no sales calls at all. Just smart follow-up automation. Now, I suggest programming your AI with real-life objections and hesitations that you've heard before. That way, when someone says, "I'm not sure if this will work for me," the AI doesn't fumble. It responds with empathy, some social proof, and a next step. Now, one business owner used this strategy and saw a 35% increase in leads booking consultations just because they felt heard early on. Now, here's a real world win. A course creator that I helped used an AI agent to guide leads through her funnel, from the first click to the actual checkout, and she didn't just increase conversions, she also reduced refund requests by 40% because people had more clarity before they were buying. That's the real transformation here. More aligned buyers, less explaining, and way more peace of mind. Let's now move on to tip number 6, which is to use AI agents to handle customer support so you can focus on growth. Let me tell you, customer support is one of the biggest energy drains for online business owners. You know the types of questions: where's my download link? Or how do I reset my password? They seem very small, but they add up, and before you know it, you've spent half your day in your inbox instead of actually growing your business. Now, I suggest that you create a support AI trained specifically on your products, your policies, and your past conversations. This isn't just some generic chatbot. Now, you can feed this chatbot with your F&Qs, your refund policies, and even the exact tone that you use. Now, one Etsy shop owner that I helped set this up saw a 90% drop in repeat support emails, and she didn't hire a VA, just smarter automation. Now, here's what people get wrong. They try to make support about speed when it should be about clarity and confidence. When your AI gives answers that feel thoughtful, personalized, and accurate, your customers will trust you more. I've seen refund requests drop just because customers felt like they were being helped by someone who actually cared, even though it was the AI. Now, don't forget to give your AI access to live order data, account details, or delivery updates. That's if you sell physical and digital products. If your AI can say, "It looks like your order was shipped yesterday, here's the tracking link," that's next level service. Now, one Shopify seller who did this told me it felt like magic because people stopped emailing her entirely. So this was less stress and a better experience. Now, the key thing is to try not to make the AI sound robotic and make it sound more like you. So you can add your personality, your quirks, and even your go-to emojis if that's your brand. When you support AI feels human, people engage with it more, and guess what? Happier customers are way more likely to purchase again. Now, I recommend creating escalation logic so your AI knows when to bring you in for the real issues. This way it handles the easy stuff but flags the more important things that deserve your personal touch. You're not just saving time, you're reserving your energy for the stuff that actually matters. That's smart CEO level thinking. Now, here's a powerful example. A digital course seller that I worked with used AI to answer student questions 24/7, even during her lunch. Not only did she avoid getting overwhelmed with emails, but the AI actually increased her conversion rate. People got instant clarity on what they were buying while they were still excited, and that's the kind of transformation that you want. Let me now give you tip number 7, which is to use AI agents to repurpose your content automatically and stay consistent. One of the biggest lies online is that you have to constantly create more content to stay relevant. This is simply not true. The real issue isn't that you don't have enough content, it's that your existing content isn't working hard enough for you. I helped a coach repurpose a single podcast into 12 short videos, 6 quotes, and 3 emails, and 1 lead magnet, all using an AI agent. That one episode fueled her content for a whole month. She went from overwhelmed to finally ahead. I recommend setting up an AI agent that analyzes your long form content and splits it into platform specific assets. For example, the same 5-minute YouTube video can become an Instagram reel, a tweet thread, a LinkedIn post, and an email without you even touching it. It pulls out the best lines, the best hooks, and questions automatically. A content creator that I worked with grew her audience by 40% in just 2 months, just by doing this. and she stopped burning out. Now here's the part that no one talks about. Most repurposing tools fail because they ignore your brand voice. That's where AI agents are very different. You can actually train the agent on your past writing, tone and personality. So when it creates that email or the caption, it doesn't sound robotic, it sounds just like you. Now one freelancer messaged me saying, my clients didn't even know it was me writing anymore. That's how seamless it really felt. Now to help you do this, you can feed your AI everything that you've created in the past, such as your blogs, your captions, your videos, and even your DMs. Now, it doesn't just recycle content, it understands it. One business owner that I know used an AI repurposing agent and finally hit consistency for the first time in 3 years. She told me, it feels like I cloned myself. And that's the transformation we're after. We're after more reach, less grind, and your message working even when you're not. Wow, that's it for this one. 7 powerful tips that you can start using right away. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating an online income, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the comments and go through to my website, where you can find some free training resources to help you get started right away. These free step-by-step resources are designed to guide you through launching a successful online business and generating multiple online income streams. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.